So yeah, how's it going, everybody? Thought I'd try out a new angle, some new special effects here. Um, yeah, it occurred to me that everything that I'm learning here on my just this, I guess the best way to explain it, this journey for me of waking up, is how this world that we all believe is the real world. It's not the real world. It's a dream world. It really is. I can see that now. It's as potent as Facebook is, and it's like Facebook is one dream reality within another dream reality, which is the world we think is real. And just as potent as it is when you log into Facebook, you just get lost. Your attention starts to drain out, it starts to leak. Your energy is your attention. It just leaks out onto what other people are doing, what's going on here and there, and it leaves you. And what's leaving you is your presence, your aliveness, your true existence. You start to, this isn't spirituality or magic or whatever. This is psychology. It's a part of your brain that is concerned with focus and attention. We all have that. We can direct our attention onto our breathing, which is what, yoga, meditating, if you're a rock climber, if you're into sports, martial arts, whatever. By focusing your attention away from your thoughts, people feel extremely energized by that because their attention remains where they are, on their bodies. It's not even about your breathing, it's not even about your body. Your attention comes into the moment. And it's extremely energizing because you stop leaking energy and attention onto things outside of you. Okay, so you start to retain and keep energy. It's just when you log into Facebook, you've just opened a tap of your most important resource, which is your attention, your energy. And it starts to pour out onto what other people are doing. You start to energize them. What I mean by that is that in your mind, because you're putting more attention on other people, you're programming your mind to view those people, those things as more important than yourself. It's how you start to diminish your power, your view of yourself, your self-image, your self-love. You start to see yourself lower down, less important. Self-esteem can suffer. It's a ton of stuff that's linked to this, which is why people who are more self-absorbed, more maybe selfish, there's negative associations with those words, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's basically they're putting their attention on themselves and keeping their energy. This is why a lot of them are very confident. They almost have blinders on and they're focused on their journey, their own life. And a lot of these people are successful. So, going back to the topic here, Facebook is one dream world within another dream world, which is the world that we think is real, our everyday life. Why is that world a dream world? Because unfortunately we're not even in it. We are in our minds. Think, that you can test this out. Sit down now after this video and or pause this video and try to spend 10 seconds not thinking of anything. Just being, just sitting and being. If you can do that without a flash of a thought or whatever, something entering your mind, It's amazing, that's great, good for you, but 99% of people can't. And it's extreme because we are living our day-to-day lives like this. We go out and we're not looking in front of us. We're only like maybe spending 10-20% of our attention on where we are in this world now. But maybe 60 to 70% is we're thinking about what's going to happen, what has happened, what's, it's just thoughts. And our world of thoughts, which is what we're spending most of our energy and attention on, you can compare it to Facebook. It's not real, it's not reality. It's this fake world that we're creating in our mind that we find interesting, that we find we can, we find it, what's happened is that because we've spent so much of our attention in that world of thoughts, we start to believe everything in this world as being our reality. So when people actually, go to these meditation camps or start to disidentify themselves from the world of thinking, basically they start to wake up and start to look around and smell the roses and realize, oh shit, this is real world. I've been spending my whole life thinking. When they do that, it's an amazing feeling and experience. You can go online and see videos, of people who wake up. Some people, they start to weep and cry. Some people, they start to just uncontrollably start to laugh. And then the breathing, they start to breathe as if they're breathing for the first time ever. I had brief experiences, glimpses of this state, and it was extremely relieving. And for me, the last time I felt like I was like that was when I was 5 or 6. Like when you're really in the moment, when you're in the now and you're not thinking about other stuff, you're just enjoying life, being alive. So Facebook is like another world now, another dream that's being created within the dream that's going to make it so much more difficult for people to wake up, because now they're in Facebook land. They think that their real world is the real world, which it isn't, because that's another dream of thinking land. So people are sinking more and more deeply into, into Maya, you can call it Maya version 2.0. That's what Facebook is, and all these other online communities. So it's more important than ever now to, to disconnect, to just, you don't have to meditate for 5 or 10 minutes. You don't have to do yoga. You don't have to do all these things. But every maybe hour or so, just spending 10 seconds to just like look around and be like, okay, this is the real world. This is where I am. Breathing and embracing. And, for people who are into spirituality out there, they'll know that even that is just the first level of awakening. That when you're in presence, in the present moment, that's just one of a major level and place to be, but it gets even deeper than that. When you start to realize that your existence is occurring, or what you believe is your existence, which is this person that you see right now on the screen, or the person in the mirror. When you realize that that is actually occurring within what you really are, which is you are just existence. You are like the canvas in which everything is occurring. Everything is us, existence. So anyway, it's a ladder, it's a step-by-step ladder, and the way that you climb the ladder is basically just by constantly reminding yourself of who you are not. You're not this name that was given to you at your birth. You're not the story of yourself that people view you as, and you view yourself as, you're a great artist or singer or athlete or business person or yoga student or yoga teacher or whatever. That's just an identity that has been created in your mind. That's called the ego. And you're not the ego. You're way beyond that. The ego is there to help, but it's an outdated part of our mind that's just not serving us in this futuristic, in this present world that we live in. And I'm going to do a video about that, about what the ego is, what I believe the ego is, and it's important to know what it is. A lot of people vilify it, make it a bad thing. It's not, it's just we're evolving, our world is evolving so quickly, like every day things are changing, and our bodies are just finding it difficult to know how to serve us. Our ego is there for fighting, for competing, for surviving. And until we live in a world where everyone's just in peace, our ego is going to be needed, We still live in a world where there's hundreds of people warring against each other, cutting each other's heads off, and there's mass murder happening all over the world in the form of war. So our egos still exist because of all this, this stuff that we should by now have got, evolved past. But the flip side of the coin is that we're not going to evolve past all this fear and violence and destruction until we can learn all of this and abandon our egos slowly and, let go more, be in peace. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to do a video on ego, which I'd love everybody to check out. I'm going to post that up soon too. Alright, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If there's anyone listening, even if it's just one person, or if not, for me, doing these videos is awesome. I get to learn how to think and speak more clearly. It helps me with my confidence and my anxiety. And I like watching them back, and, as I said, it helps me to... This is why people who work in TV or in the media, they're so confident. They learn to accept themselves. So I do recommend this as a tool for other people too, to make videos and start to get comfortable just with your perfections and your imperfections. We only live once. Don't believe what you're seeing out there, people just showing you their best, their perfect selves. Oh, this blue is pretty awesome. See you later.